A teacher caught in compromising positions in her classroom.
And her students found it.
Alright men, today we're checking out the story of a teacher that probably belongs in a cell. Pretty much this lady and her husband used to teach in the same school district. However, recently they lost their jobs because they got caught filming, get this, 18 plus OnlyFans videos inside of a middle school classroom that she teaches in during the day. After the whole situation went viral, she made this really awful response video to the whole situation where she tries to play the victim card and act like she did nothing wrong, which is really funny because nobody's buying the bullshit. Maybe if we were your low testosterone beta male simps that will pay for your OnlyFans, then maybe this could have worked, but unfortunately for you, we have brains inside of our noggins unlike yourself, and we can tell that your apology is a bunch of bullshit. You guys are actually not gonna believe the amount of lies she tells in this, so sit back and relax, and yeah, let's go.
I was an employee at Thunderbolt for 5 years, and within this time, although my experience and evaluation showed that I had become a master science specialist and teacher, my salary did not increase. In this time period, I had to continue picking up extra stipends in order to make ends meet. My children are the most important thing to me, and I'm already spending countless hours outside of my contract time on extra school activities, and I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough.
Okay, so we're 40 seconds into this apology, and so far, zero responsibility has been taken. We're not talking about how teachers don't get paid enough, right? That's not the issue at hand. Sure, it may be the causation for why you did what you did, but nobody's arguing with the fact teachers are grossly underpaid. We're talking about your irresponsible, disgusting actions that led to you losing the salary in the first place. Listen, if your teacher salaries aren't paying enough for survival, go pick up a side income at Burger King or something part-time. Or hell, if you want to make OnlyFans content, be my guest. You're a legal adult, it's within your right to do so. Just don't do it in the environment where you teach kids during the day, because no matter when or why you do it, it's grossly inappropriate and a fucking disgrace to your job as a teacher. Just own up to the mistakes you've made and move on. I cut it down, but this response totals in 5 minutes runtime. I don't know how it takes you 5 minutes to say, look, I was being irresponsible, I shouldn't have been getting dogged in the classroom I teach at. My apologies, my L. That's all. But it keeps going.
I created content at the beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money on the side to help pay for our basic necessities that our salaries were no longer meeting. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state.
Okay, so that is a good security measure. If you don't want your coworkers or your students to find your OnlyFans, block it in the state you live in. However, the problem is she has a public Twitter account where she posts NSFW content and it directly links to her OnlyFans. So even if you block your OnlyFans in the state of Arizona, your NSFW content is very public and very accessible for anyone to see, and it's especially ironic because you took all of these measures to keep your OnlyFans separate from your personal life, except you used your personal life, like your classroom you teach at, as a setting to film your OnlyFans videos, which you so desperately wanted to keep away from your personal life. So while you never meant for these things to cross, you were the one to make the big X. What is wrong with you?
On November 2nd, my husband was put on paid administrative leave because faculty reported pictures of myself that were being spread amongst other teachers. The following Friday, November 4th, my husband was terminated from the elementary school because he is classified as a long-term sub and he has an at-will contract. The superintendent stated he can be let go for no reason at all.
Yeah, he was let go for no reason, right? They took advantage of the "we can let you go for whatever reason" clause to get rid of him because they didn't like him. It has nothing to do with the fact you guys were using a middle school classroom as a casting couch. Oh yeah! Of course not. They didn't like him. They didn't like his job performance. I don't understand the mindset here. Sure, he wasn't filming the videos in the elementary school. That would probably make it even worse. Jesus Christ. But he's still using a school in the same district to do inappropriate things at, which is probably highly illegal or at the very least against every district code. Look, because you guys are staff members, you are held to a way higher standard than us students are. And even I can't be getting away with that, dude. So if I can't be dogging on your campus like a male porn star, neither can you. That's just the rules. You have a very big responsibility as a teacher, yet you're acting more immature than the fucking 12-year-olds who teach, who probably make Hitler jokes on the daily.
November 6th was the first day that previous students and community members began following my alias account. Other school teachers were notified of the site and they began to spread it amongst themselves. Those teachers also were telling students my anonymous name and showing them my page.
I swear to God, as the days go on, I am more and more convinced when I have kids in the future, I'm gonna homeschool their asses. Because I'll be damned if I send them to a public school to be educated by an OnlyFans star or a bunch of low testosterone simps that are paying for her content and then showing my kids her content as some sort of math lesson. Part of me thinks she's making this up to make herself look like a victim. Like, I have a hard time believing teachers are showing kids as inappropriate material, but by the off chance he is telling the truth, fire everyone at this school, bulldoze the school, matter of fact, and just build a new one. Start fresh. There is no recovering this.
The video that was created and advertised was made after contract hours on the weekend. No minors were ever present or involved in the videos.
Alright, so that makes it a little bit better relative to if students were in the classroom while you're getting dogged in the storage closet, obviously. But that still doesn't make the situation much better. There are plenty after-school clubs and school events that happen on the weekends or after-school hours. Like, for example, my homecoming night, I think I wore this flannel shirt there, happened on a Saturday. So even if it's outside normal hours, there are still co-workers and students probably present. At the very least, right, the janitor is there cleaning the school, and I don't think he's gonna be too impressed if he walks by your classroom and hears a Brazzers special in the making.
Looking back at the situation, I wholly regret creating the video in the classroom after school hours. But I felt trapped in my financial situation, and I felt this was the only way that my family would be able to survive.
The only way for your family to survive is if you filmed an OnlyFans video in an 8th grade science classroom. You do realize you could have just made some shitty classroom set at home, filmed the video in there, and the perverts on your OnlyFans would have loved it just as much, especially because it's OnlyFans content. It's like the lowest of the low on the content totem pole. As long as there is a naked woman in the video looking at the camera and rolling her eyes back into her head, the simps are gonna love it and they're gonna throw their dollars at you that you can use to put food on your family's dinner table. I don't know like what's happened to society, but it seems like people think OnlyFans is the only way out of financial trouble when it really isn't. But even if you want to do OnlyFans, that's fine. It's within your legal right to do so. Just do it outside of the classroom, right? Keep your personal life and your OnlyFans life separate. Sure, you still run the risk of being fired. Comes natural because not many people want a porn star teaching their kids. I know, shocker. But if you kept the two things separate, I doubt anyone would have made a big deal out of it.
I am already paying the consequence by losing my teaching certificate as well as losing the job that I loved most. I thoroughly enjoyed working with my coworkers, teaching my students science, and it brought joy to me every day.
Now fellas, despite all the bullshit we've been through today, the situation has a pretty funny ending. It's kind of hard to feel bad. It turns out after the situation went viral, OnlyFans investigated her account and actually banned her off of OnlyFans. So she lost her job, right? Both her and her husband lost their job for this OnlyFans account, only for the situation to go viral and for OnlyFans to give her the ban hammer. Now, I don't know if she's on some other alternative site. I don't care. I don't want to see it. Neither should you. But it's especially funny when you look at the fact that OnlyFans likely banned her because they have a policy against filming content in public places. So it seems like she cannot follow the rules of pretty much anything. She can't follow district rules and laws that don't allow you to expose yourself in front of this school, and she also can't follow the TOS on a porn site. How are you such a crackhead that a P site is bewildered by your behavior and is getting your ass out of there as soon as possible? I don't know. I'll never understand it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to keep watching, click this video on screen. I promise you'll love it. And yeah, I'm out this bitch. Doodles.